Have you not heard the chilling story about the expendables of horror? Well, sit back and let me tell you about the new chilling tale called Death House. Ha 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 ha. First up, let me just say the background is still sort of in construction. We're changing things around here on the channel. We did change them for Vlogmas. Obviously, that did not go very well. The Expendables of horror, and I'm not quite sure why they use that term. We're talking about 2000 and... Is it really 2018? Or is it 17 or 16 or... I feel like this movie has been in development for a while and finally it is coming out, but it's here. We're going to talk about it. What is good about this movie is the actual idea that we can get an Expendables of horror, taking all of these horror icons and putting them in one movie while they're still alive, while they're still doing movies. It is a great idea. So as you would have guessed, there's a handful of people who are in this movie and there are some that are missing. It would have been really great to see Robert Englund playing this, even if it was just for a cameo, but nope, no Robert Englund. We got Tony Todd, we have Kane Hodder, Bill Moseley. There's so many to list that are in this movie. So it's really cool to see the idea there that they have all these classic actors in here. Also, Tony Todd, I think, steals the show in this movie. He is in it very little, and we'll talk about that in the bad section, but from what I saw him in this movie, he puts on a really good performance and he leaves you intrigued to know a little bit more about that story and a little bit more about his character. So I give them props on that as well. So the filming location of this is really, really great. If you've ever seen any kind of ghost hunting show, you should know this prison location. It's very popular for ghost hunting. They do tours there. They even have a really great Halloween event that they throw on at this prison. So it's no wonder that at least the filming location wise was going to be really good for this movie. Let's talk about what is bad in this movie, and there is plenty to pick from. We'll first talk about Tony Todd. Like I said, Tony Todd is only in this in the beginning and the end of the movie. That is it. And it's only due to set up him for the next movie. And I think that is just stupid as hell. Let's get to all the acting in this movie. I think it's awful. Besides Tony Todd and a few others in the movie, scenes go on way too long. It feels like a lot of these scenes are just left out there instead of cut down to a precise point where they should have been cut.
Once the physical conditioning is completed, or as you put it, the laundry.
What's the difference between transhumanism and brainwashing?
Well, it's a different process entirely.
And Kane Hodder, I've seen a lot of reviews since this movie has been sort of out. A lot of people say they like Kane Hodder in this, that they thought he did a good job. I have to say Kane Hodder was not that good to me. The fact that we are pretty much stuck with him being sort of the main villain that we see chasing around the two FBI agents, it doesn't boil very well when you're sitting there watching this entire movie with someone that pretty much acts like this. Yeah, that's pretty much how I thought his acting was. I give props to Kane Hodder for all he does as far as playing these monster characters, like playing the creature in Hatchet or playing Jason. He's good with those type of roles, but when it comes to like, hey, this is my face and I'm emoting, I'm acting, I don't think he does a really good job. I didn't also talk about how this movie makes literally no sense. I've never seen a movie in my entire time of watching movies, I've never seen a movie in which the movie's done, and I can't tell you what the hell this movie was about. All I know is it's 2 FBI agents, it's a bunch of prisoners get free, and that's about all I can tell you about this movie. That's it. Like, that's really bare bones basic. I do not know anything that was going on in this movie. It was just a bundled mess of ideas that didn't finish in a grand scheme of how a movie should be finished. And while it was Expendables of Horror, where we did have a lot of characters, they didn't quite play in the same scenes as each other. Tony Todd was in the beginning, Bill Moseley was somewhere at the end of this movie, and Kane Hodder pretty much walks around this prison. That's pretty much what Death House is. If you want to see it, I can't stop you, but I'm going to highly recommend that you skip this movie. It's pretty boring, and it's not a B movie, kind of like, oh, this is a bad movie, like this is going to be fun. No, it's just a basic B movie. Alright guys, that has been it for my review on Death House. If you've seen it or you really want to see it, I don't know why, let me know down in the comment section, as well as leave this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I will catch you guys on another video very, very soon. Yeah, again, excuse me for the backdrop. We are trying to adjust things for the new year for this channel. So hopefully things will be better, and happy holidays. Yeah, goodbye. Adios.